Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm really excited because this is my first video in Paris. I'm in Paris right now, and I started making videos in Spain, and then I made one in Amsterdam, and now I'm like, oh snap, I'm in Paris. I get to make one here too. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm just gonna dive right into this really great passage. Um, One second. Through the power of your creative imagination, you catch a vision, you dream a dream. And that quote is from Wilford Peterson. What we outwardly are and what we are to become depends upon what we are thinking. For this is the way we are using creative power. And that's from Science of Mind, page 140. There is an old axiom that has been intertwined with metaphysical lore for many years, and nearly every truth student has enjoyed it. So natural, it simply is stated, let go and let God. It is simple indeed, but often deceptively hard to practice. We might ask why the difficulty, but a quick look at human nature will give us clues. For instance, we want others to do what we want them to do. We want our lives to unfold on schedule. And we definitely do not like losses of any kind. We may want to see some change, but this often means on the part of others, not ourselves. There can be understandable fear in letting go. A thoughtful person once asked, if I let go of what I know about myself, who will I be? Who indeed, and how long will it take for my becoming self to flesh out? What can be really terrifying, I think, is the sometimes wilderness we pass through on the way from limited knowing to greater self-understanding. True letting go or release means that we have sufficient trust in the divine self to allow a greater personal self to emerge. I imagine that personal growth is always uncomfortable, even if we believe we'll be stronger and more loving. The thought of new clothes may be thrilling, but the old ones are warm and comfortable. Nevertheless, as Home has said, God always has good for us, and we will have to let go of the lesser in order to receive the greater. And the affirmation goes, continuous spiritual expansion is my highest good, and I am fearless in my pursuit of love and wisdom. I have faith that as I release my smallness, my greatness emerges, and I live a more effective life. So this passage is like beautiful. And the reason why it resonates so clearly to me at this moment was like I was looking for like a passage to read. Like in the morning, I try to do like a little bit of meditation, some positive reading, because I started to realize that what you put in your mind the first thing when you wake up is pretty important. Like if you go straight for the news that usually has like death, danger, horribleness, like it's not always like the best cushion to sit on for the day. So I started just like practicing just having something positive for the day. So just like laying in bed for a little bit and just giving my thanks for the things that I have, having a bed, having a home, having just whatever. And then just saying some positive things and then reading positive things and having a good base as a start of my day, and then saying like what kind of day I want today. Like I want to meet someone today, or I want to like have coffee with a friend, or something really like that makes me feel good and makes me look forward to a beautiful day. So a little bit of a tangent, but while this morning I was like on my bed and I was looking for stuff to read, and then I pressed like the end button, or I pressed a button on my computer, and that was the passage to read for today. And I was like, perfect, because I've been practicing the art of letting go, and it is not easy. I mean, I think for anyone, you could understand having a sense of control over your life. I want things to happen this way. And then, like, especially, like, we're so programmed already with school. You start school in September, it ends in June. You want to go to high school, you do this. You want to go to college, you do this. You want to get your master's, you do this. Like, everything is already on schedule. So the idea of completely letting go, of just living your life moment to moment, enjoying it, and not being so wrapped up in how you think things should be or how things should look is kind of crazy. Like, you can have your dreams and your aspirations, there's nothing wrong with that, but letting go of the daily sense of control of trying to make it come about is like very difficult for me. And for me especially, it's very difficult when it comes to money. And I'm like the most like, oh, it's all good, everything's gonna work out. And it's when I'm completely without money or without a source of like knowing that I have something on my own and that I, you know, if I need something I can get it, I start like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen, like my life. When I have trust and faith that I'm abundant and that I'm always gonna be okay. But it's when I actually have to put all those good thoughts into practice, especially when it comes to money, that I'm just like, ah. But it's practice. It's everyday practice. And if you're gonna have faith, you have faith. You can't like half-ass faith. You can't be like, yeah, I totally have faith that everything's gonna work out with money and my life is always gonna be fine, and then sitting there like, oh my god, I've got to like save this quarter and save this penny because you never know. And it's like, that's not faith, that's fear. So it's a balance, and it's a practice that I am actively in at the moment. And that was like the perfect passage to wake up to, and I definitely wanted to share it because it was just like awesome. So I definitely recommend to everyone, start practicing let go and let God and see how it works for you, because I'm enjoying it because it's actually really exciting, but it is difficult, but it's worth it. I'm in the wilderness, like the passage says, the wilderness from the thoughts that you had before and who you were before to where you want to be, and your higher, more in tune self, being in that wilderness. And even though it's like frustrating and you want to go right back to what you know, letting go and being like, I'm about to enter something so much greater and it's worth it. So that is the amazing passage, and I hope you guys are well. And I will talk to you soon.